right, let's do a brief audio and visual check. How's everybody doing? Beautiful Sunday evening, Sunday night, Monday morning, depending on where you are from around this world. How's everybody doing? Start the week, new opportunities. Sounds good to you, Ken, Steven? Good. Looks good, sounds good. Let's get started. Always great to start off with everything smooth. Audio and visuals good. These markets, nothing too crazy happening. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Did you have a good weekend? Did you think about these markets? Hopefully you just disconnected, relaxed, reset, and prepared for the week. Great to see you. Hola. Hope you had a good weekend rest. Yeah, I just disconnected. I disconnected from this from the markets. Didn't think about the markets very much. Did some boxing on Saturday, relaxed, rest day, did some recovery. So let's get into this market. As you can see in the YouTube chat, there is our Topstep risk disclosure. As always, everything that I go over is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice. It's not a signals class. So welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota, Coach DBA, and let's get to these markets. We'll do our fast rapid fire. I look at the NASDAQ, then I'll look at gold. We'll do a top-down analysis of each. We'll take a look at what news events we have going on, the way I view this market, see if there's any setups tonight. We could talk about maybe some overnight trades. We could talk about holding trades overnight for the London session, for the volatility that we typically can take advantage of over the overnight session. And let's prepare ourselves. Let's take a look at this daily chart. So I start on the daily chart as always, and not much. We've just been long and strong, right? Long and strong, up and to the right has been the theme of the year. It's the last few months anyway, and we continue this trend. The trend just keeps keeps marching on. We keep going up and to the right. We have that big round number, 25,000 here in the NASDAQ. That just is, this market seems like it's just maybe we're going towards 25,000 this week, or heck, even overnight or tomorrow. We shall see. Coach Hoop says, sell it all. Let's just talk about this regular price action, right? We had this nice rally up. We had a one day pullback, right? 1 day pullback. We came down, we tested. This was resistance. Resistance, sure enough, became support. And now this trend is continuing Thursday, Friday, tonight. We haven't really went anywhere. We're right around settlement tonight. Not much price action. It's a true slow markets. Let's zoom into an hourly chart. Hourly chart, it's been a buy the dip mode. As you see, all these dips have been bought up. We had of course FOMC last Wednesday, and we sold off all the way down to these 240s, and we are 600 points higher. There's that 25,000 nice round number. This is nice clean market structure, and by clean market structure, this is typically how a market goes. We rally, pull back, rally, and we have these pullbacks and consolidations, and we're going up and to the right. It's not just straight up, and it's not too crazy or too choppy. It's a nice consistent market structure, giving us opportunities to buy and take profits, areas of resistance, and we continue to hit all-time highs. And when you do continue to hit all-time highs, and when you hit all-time highs, what happens? You don't just get one. You get multiple all-time highs normally, right? If you hit it once, you're going to see more. That's typically the way this market has been working, at least here in the NASDAQ and these equities. And we are not too far away from all-time highs tonight. Let's take a look. We're going to continue to zoom in to this most recent price action. You can see where we rallied up. We had kind of a consolidation most of the New York session. So we had that nice rally overnight. So this was Thursday night, and then Friday during the day, during the New York session, we didn't really get anywhere. We just kind of flagged, consolidated, and then during power hour, and it seems like most of the night, or the what do we want to call this? me make sure I'm saying this right. It's Sunday night, everyone. It's Sunday night for me. And we got that nice rally during this New York session, Friday. And now tonight we're just consolidating. I think I said that right. Man, what a day. We haven't really gone anywhere. We haven't got anywhere tonight. Look at this consolidation we had. That was power hour. That hour was power hour. Straight up through all-time highs. And now we're consolidating. Let's look at the 5-minute chart. And we'll take a look at the gold. And we can even take a look at Bitcoin. Jonathan, tonight, not seeing anything too crazy. We are seeing a little bit of movement here in the NASDAQ. When I looked at it before I came on air, I was looking at this, right? That's just barcode consolidation, flatlining right around these 850s. And it looks like right at the top of the hour, we got that nice move up and right back down. So maybe there's an opportunity to short it if you were looking for a short near these highs, near these 870s. And now we're right back down. You can see where we basically opened up tonight. And we've been hovering around these 848, 850 level for quite a while. The question is, are we just going to continue to chop around? I'm not going to be too surprised this failed break above Friday's high. This is going to be an important level. This is going to be a very important level going into tonight and tomorrow. This is Friday's highs. This is all-time highs here in the NASDAQ. These upper 800s, 880s to basically that's it. 880s, 875s, 880s is going to be a key level tonight and maybe even tomorrow. This next level of support is what I'm seeing is, might be another key level. So maybe we've put in a nice range going into tonight where we could see this market stay in between this range, maybe until the London Open, where this is going to be the highs, all-time highs. This was a nice level of resistance during the New York session. You can see throughout the 19th, this was major resistance quite a bit. We broke out. That resistance became support. It was support here again tonight. And we're just kind of hovering, consolidating, not going too directional here. Let's take a look at gold. And then we'll take a look at the news, get to some questions, and gold. If that doesn't look bullish, I don't know what does. That's the 5-minute chart. Let's look at the hourly. Let's look at this hourly chart on gold. We got that FOMC, right? We had that big sell-off. We broke through these lower highs, right? We were getting lower highs, basically lower highs, and we broke out. And it looks like this was Friday. We broke out, and we are continuing that bullish move. This is all-time highs in gold, 37.44s. These are all-time highs in gold. We're hitting all-time highs in the NASDAQ. We're hitting all-time highs in gold. Talking about traders who trade reverse correlation. Not very... that's why I don't like correlation, right? For at least me, where you're looking at gold, it's like gold does the opposite of equities. It depends on the situation. Well, gold's hit close to all-time highs. NASDAQ and equities close or at all-time highs, and here we are in gold. We are up 0.5%, so gold's a lot bullish tonight. We can very well, it's realistic, maybe we make a run at all-time highs. Yeah, Nebik, gold and NASDAQ, very low correlation. And one thing I am paying attention to is this candle that we made for FOMC. This is an hourly chart. This is on the 17th, FOMC. We rallied all the way up to these 43s, made all-time highs. Then this is the lows of this candle. And you can see, pure technicals, support. We tried to break lower. We failed. And then the same level held as support. We broke out. And so maybe we can come up here and test these upper 30s and find resistance. We are running into not too crazy of resistance. That's the one thing about all-time highs is when you're at all-time highs, you don't have too much structure to work off of, right? You look to the left and there's nothing. We're at all-time highs, so there's not really too much to base anything off of other than the most recent price action, which was last week. And so that's all we really have for reference points and understanding and seeing what pivots we have, what support and resistance we have here in gold. But we are breaking out of a lot of that. We gapped up tonight. We filled the gap. We can zoom into a 5-minute chart here in gold. We have the top of the hour in 20 minutes. We see a nice spike in volatility. These markets start to open the Asian session. And yeah, you can see it's nice price action. It's been a little volatile, a little bit tonight. And you can see that gap. We filled it. We have 2 nice wicks to the downside. We've rallied up. Tonight's session highs, 27.5, 27.4. And we're kind of just hanging out in this level. We're kind of hanging out here. So maybe we can consolidate and look for a breakout in the long direction. If we do get a pullback, I'm going to be looking to buy. I'm a buyer of gold. I want to be getting in with this trend. The trend is your friend. Buy the dip. That is my favorite saying. That's what I talk about quite often. Looking for pullback opportunities to get in long. We have had a decent move already. This is still the hourly chart. And if we measure these moves, right, we could say, we're about that measured move. We're about this measured move already here in gold. So, I would kind of wait for a little bit of a pullback. I mean, we could still just continue and break through and, hit all-time highs, break through all-time highs. But I want to be more patient. I want to wait for that pullback, wait for consolidation. If we don't get it, then that's okay. I missed out. I can watch gold run without me if it doesn't give me an opportunity to manage my risk. So let's take a look at chat. Let's get to some questions. I know someone wanted to say, look at Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin. Ooh, what's going on with Bitcoin? Bitcoin testing these lows. Can we break down? I don't know. I don't trade Bitcoin a lot. Just technicals, right? Technicals. I don't know. I don't know too much about Bitcoins. Here's the thing. Every market that we trade has its unique fingerprint, if you will, characteristics. And this is why I tell traders, and we have conversations like with Coach Jay and the other coaches about these different markets. Do we trade the NASDAQ? Do we trade the ES? We know there's a difference between the NASDAQ and the ES. Not only, they're different baskets with different stocks in it. The NASDAQ is more volatile. It could be a lot more whipsaw, crazy price action because it has a thinner order book compared to the ES. And then we talk about gold. It has different characteristics. You talk about ES. That also has different characteristics. Then you talk about like crude oil. And we have different markets. And each market might have its own unique characteristic. And that's why for a new trader, it could be very nice and very beneficial to focus on one because you could start to understand that market when it likes to move, when it gets those spikes in volatility, the different time frames, maybe the way you trade it, maybe the way you put your stop losses, your take profits, how you get in. There's a lot of uniqueness to each and every market outside of the basics, right? Supply and demand, support, resistance, New York session open. New York session close, when the major news events move it. There's some basics that cover all the markets, but then there's those unique features that are unique from market to market. So let's get to some of these questions. Position bracket enabled on chart needs to be removed. Very annoying overlap. This right, brand new, unique. I seen that came up. I need to practice this. I need to test it out myself before I would feel comfortable demonstrating how to use it, right? But this is OCO. One cancels the other. Order brackets. You go into these risk settings, and there it is. Position risk / profit bracket. Switch to auto OCO, and you go through those details. Do this. If you haven't used it before, if you don't know, you don't have that confidence, just switch to a practice account. That's the best. Switch to a practice account and test it out. Like that's my biggest recommendation. Just like, all right, switch to a practice, test it out, see the functionality. That's what I'm going to be doing this week. I'm going to switch to a practice. I'm going to test this out this week through a practice account. If you missed it, it looks like Coach Jay went through it with Anne-Marie. Is that correct, Rundell? So that's a very nice function. The nice thing is on Topstep's YouTube, everything's recorded. Everything is absolutely recorded. You can come back, watch any of these recordings here on TopstepTV. If you've missed it, you want to get, you can even clip it, share it, tag it, all that fun stuff. SNW, I used the bracket already, but it doesn't need to be on the chart. Okay, yeah, that's something you can request. I was looking at that earlier to see if it can be hidden And I don't think it could be hidden. If somebody knows something I don't, just let me know. Let me know. But yeah, definitely different features. It's a new one. And let's see. Y'all should do something about alerts. That's also in there. That's also one thing. Here's the nice thing. You go into this question mark, and you could see all of the feedback, all of the improvements, alerts, it's planned, and all the other conversations being had. I mean, look at the conversations. 246 messages, 222 messages on each of these indicators, these platform, these features. Go through, upvote them, what's in progress, what's planned, trending, news, go through, create your own if you have a suggestion. And so this platform is continuing to improve each and every single day, which is absolutely amazing. It's, a year and a half old now? A year and a half old since Topstep has released this, and Topstep X has been out, and it's continuing to improve each and every day. New features being popped up, getting used to them. Have that ability to go into a practice account. Don't do it in an account that's important, like an XFA or a live account. You want to do it in a practice account first, and you gain that confidence. So I'm going to continue to watch the NASDAQ. We are right back in this kind of opening range, this opening 5 minutes settlement. The gold is kind of been what I want to lean towards. Gold has been moving a lot more during this time of night, and there's been some opportunities in gold that I want to pay attention to, and I'm looking for longs. I know gold's already up 1.5%, but the way I'm seeing this right now is a possible consolidation, right? Maybe a flagging pattern. And I'm looking for a possible break to the long side. If we do pull back down lower, then I might look for some longs. We'll see what gold wants to do. We'll see. We do have about 12 more minutes. I'm going to get some music on, and we're going to get to some questions. Let me know if this music's too loud. There we go. We got the music on. And while we do this, while I get to the questions, let's do hashtag slow markets. Hashtag slow markets in the YouTube chat. There is the socials. If you want to just tag me on X, Twitter, just hashtag slow markets, or just tag me. I know if you're new here and you don't know the drill, what I've been doing is every single night, if you want to post a trade setup, you want to post maybe your trader station, something fun, go ahead and tag me in it. And if I like it, we'll play it. We'll show it here on slow markets, which is fun. They show does it during fast markets, during power hour. It's a fun thing. I like it. Getting the community involved, bringing out that positivity. And then, of course, whenever I am not on TopstepTV, whenever I'm not on here during slow markets, I try and do my best to do updates. On the gram, the socials, whatever I'm always doing updates. I did a video this weekend, so tune in for that. If you know, you know. Talking about 3-bar reversals, I've been meaning to do a video on what is a 3-bar reversal. That might be coming soon to you. Check out silver, Bob Walsh. We could take a look at silver. I'm gonna eyeball gold though. We could briefly look at silver. What is it? SI. Spare aces. Yes. Silver. Very similar to gold. That's your new thing? What's your new thing? Spare aces. What is your new thing? I've covered what a 3-bar reversal is many times. It's not, there's no secret sauce on in trading. I didn't fail. I have it. I've done it. It's completed, Ken. It's completed. It now takes me to review it and maybe an edit or here or there, and then making sure it looks good. I like how the limit buy works with the auto stop. Nice. Limit sell doesn't seem to do the same thing. VIP resets coming tomorrow. Not sure about that. Classic drips. Save me a few clicks to set up a stop on a limit buy. Is that your secret sauce? Yeah. Uh-huh. You guys got the music, right? You have music? Or is my speaker's just not on? How much of a correction you think the NASDAQ will go? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we might not correct. We might just keep grinding. Like I said, 25,000 in the NASDAQ is a key level. Music's good. Okay, let's take a look at this week ahead. Let's look at the week ahead. That's something that we do need to cover. We have a lot of Fed speakers. And when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. Like, this is Fed speakers. It looks like all morning. Williams. I mean, look. Count them. They're just bunch. There's a bunch. Tomorrow, it's going to be a bunch of Fed speakers. Will that move the market? I think so. Kind of get an inside look of what they're thinking about how many rate cuts are going to be this year. How aggressive are they going to be now that they started cutting rates? Tuesday, PMI. PMI is going to be what I'm watching. PMI. And, of course, speakers, right? Speakers. Powell speaking on Thursday or Tuesday. Well, that's probably gonna move the market, right? To see what Powell's gonna be saying after that. But PMI is gonna be a big one. Tuesday. Wednesday, nothing too crazy on Wednesday. Of course, more Fed speakers. 25th, we got, this one's the big one. This one's the big one of the week, in my opinion. This will be the big one of the week. Initial jobless claims. Yeah, we got some, yeah, right at the same time. 7:30 a.m. Central. That will be the week's big news. Unless, of course, we have headlines that aren't expected. And then more Fed speakers. Friday, we top it off with some PCE. So it seems like almost every day we have some data, some news, or some Fed speakers coming in. So maybe we could see some more volatility this week. Kind of spice things up for the day traders, the scalpers. We like to see volatility, right? Fed speakers. Please talk to the psychology on making and maintaining your first 100,000. Z Elliott, what do you want to know? It is very true. It is very true that it is harder to make and keep $100,000 than it is to, yeah, just trying to think of a way to say it. What's that comment saying? I know a lot of people in the chat know this. It's easy to make 100,000, harder to keep it. Easy to make money, hard to keep it. Easy come, easy go. Make $1 million. The first 100,000 is the hardest. That's a fact. Your first positive year in the markets is going to be the hardest. Yeah, continue. It starts with consistency. If you can't wake up and go to bed at the same time, consistent, you're going to find a lot more things more difficult, right? You got to wake up. You got to find routine. You got to find consistency in your own life. That's not talked about enough while we watch gold here, is you need to find consistency in your own life. It's so true. I've noticed it in myself. I've noticed it in others. You got to find that consistency, that discipline in your own life before you find it in the markets. You can't wake up at the same time if you can't stick to it. You're keeping your own promises to yourself. Come on, let's hear it in the chat. How many times have you made a promise to yourself and let yourself down? All right, how can you keep a promise if you can't keep it to yourself? How can you keep that discipline? Like, I'm going to start eating healthier. And then, you fail to eat healthy. You go a week of eating healthy and then you just give up. I'm sure everyone in the chat should have some level of comment on that. Guilty. Just ate cookies I promised I wouldn't even buy. Lots, more than I could count. Diet and exercise. Every other day in trading. Yeah, so if you can't do that in life, you're going to have a very hard time in these markets. You will. You will. Day trading, trading in general, these markets, it's more than just on the charts. It's more than just when to buy, when to sell. It's habits, right? It's discipline. You're going to trust yourself to make the right choices in your trading. If you can't make those consistent, disciplined, and right choices in your life. Yeah. Getting better each day. Michael says a habit takes at least 21 days to form. I agree. Who caught the NASDAQ shorts? Well, we're watching gold sell off here. We got about 3 more minutes to the top of the hour. And keep dropping. Okay, let's take a look at that. Oh, we are getting some selling pressure here in the NASDAQ. These are micros. We could look at the big. We'll look at the bigs. Come on. Yeah, we're getting that. Ooh, that's not a small sell-off either. That's decent. That's a decent move. Now that we're back down here at these, that's a 50-point move. Starting to see the volatility. I like it. Ralph, how do we move this box? I don't know. I'm thinking there might be a way. There should be a way. If you knew how to remove this box from the chart, shout out. If not, request it here. Request it here. I think that's something I might request too, because that's blocking data. That's blocking data. That's kind of like, it's actually bugging. It's bugging me a little bit, to be honest. I know. I just want to like right click and get that out of here. Up 40 points. Great work. Let's see if we hold these lows, or we're gonna break through these 826s. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. Yeah, we rejected those highs tonight, right? We rejected Friday's highs. Where can this market go? Getting a little bit of a bounce at the lows here at these 820s. Gold about to go as well. We do have about a minute to the top of the hour. If this market sells off, where can this go? Let's just look and see. Let's just look. Let's just eyeballing it. Let's look. We could make a very rough estimate, right? Where can we buy a pullback? What is a pullback? What are we looking for? What can we expect? Where can this market go? Where are we seeing this market go? Well, if we do a regular pullback in this market, let's see. Honestly, we could do something like this, just something simple. We could measure these moves. Let's do it. Let's measure these moves. I don't do this a lot. But I do this sometimes. I've talked about this, these measured moves, these pullbacks. You just measure from top to bottom. When this market pulls back, I measured that one. We can probably measure that one too. That's a little bit of a bigger one. That's a small one. This is news. This is news. Yeah, we have one there too. This is just getting an estimate. You missed gold, mate? We'll look at it in a second. Realistically, where can this market go? Can we see a pullback? Gold's bouncing? Well, I'm teaching. Okay. Okay, there we go. Let's zoom in. So, a rough estimate, we could look for these lower 700s. We could look for a lower 700 if gold does get a nice pullback here. Then that's going to be an attractive place where I'm going to look for longs. Did everybody see how I did that? Chat? Did everybody see how I did that? This is kind of how I review these markets, trying to get an estimate of this pullback. So I went through and I measured every decent pullback. Not this crazy one, right? There's one that's like double the size, but just an average, right? I'm just trying to get an average. Just okay, go through, measure each one of these pullbacks, and I create just a really rough estimate. Like this is, it's not rocket science. There's not going to be an exact level. Can this market pull back and maybe we get almost to there and then bounce? Yeah, sure. You know, can this market overextend, right, and come down here? Yeah, that's very realistic, right? That happens. That can happen. We've seen it happen before, right? We've seen it happen here. We've seen it happen a few times, right? Here's another one where it happened before. But a lot of these is tomorrow morning there could be a news event that moves this market and sells this market off dramatically. However, if I didn't delete my drawings, there's a rough estimate. And what I like to do is, if the NASDAQ gets down to this level, I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to look for reversal patterns, like a 3-bar reversal, right? Like what if there's a 3-bar reversal on the hourly chart? What if we get a candlestick that's like this, right? Just looking for some type of reversal candles, looking for some type of change in direction, some wicks. I mean, look at this. There's a lot of nice wicks. What if we get something similar to that? What if we get that, right? What if we get some candle that's showing that we're finding buyers? We sell off and we have a nice wick here on the hourly chart. Okay, well, if that happens in this zone, well, you know, then I'm going to be a lot more interested at looking at longs, right? Now, remember, this isn't just financial advice. This is not financial advice, but this is just a way that I look at this market on, you know, you hear me say, buy the dip, right? You follow me on social media. You hear me say this whenever I'm on air. I like BTFD, buy the freaking dip. Well, that's easy to say, right? After the fact, you could zoom out and say, oh, every single pullback, every dip, you buy it. Well, the question is, and the hard part is, well, where, right? Where do you buy it? No, I hope this gives you kind of a little bit of a guide. You know, is it going to be right? Not 100% of the time, but it gives a decent area. That's it. That's all you want as a trader. You just want some type of level to look at and possibly find opportunity. And once we get in there, and if we do get into this zone, you just wait for some type of technical pattern, some type of signal that's based off your plan. Maybe we consolidate and you look for a breakout. Maybe you look for something like a flagging pattern and we break out of that pattern. Find some way to get in and wait for a market to reverse. Let's take a look at gold. You could use a Fib. Yeah, you could definitely use a Fibonacci. Okay, what did I miss here in gold? Oh, we're seeing a spike. 5 minutes past the top of the hour, we've seen a spike up to, what, 29? And we rejected. We rejected those 29s. Last time we rejected, looks like we had a rejection there. Let's watch. Let's watch, shall we? Maybe a fake break. A fake break. It looks like we might come back down and push these. Can we test the bottom end? Can we? Well, we're right in the middle. We're right in the middle of this chop. I can see us maybe testing the 20 again. Maybe we come back down and test 18s. 10 to 20 points is good enough for you, Kenny Harris. Great job. Base hits. Base hits. That's kind of all it takes, right? You look at my chart. That's kind of what I've been focusing on. What am I? I'm up 6,000. Okay. I'm surprised I'm up 6,000. I didn't realize it was that much. I thought I was hovering around 4. Average winning, 76. Average losing, 69. But base hits. I don't know why people on social media obsessed over the craziest stuff. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, 80 trades to make 277? It's like, well, yeah, when you scale in and scale out with micros and, 5, 10 micros, that added up. Yeah, that's just how it is. Reality, it was probably maybe 10 trades, a little more than normal. I agree, probably more than normal. We click on it and, well, I was down. I was down like $400. And then I was down again, right? That's okay. I mean, let's just let it go. Just keep going. Just keep going. That's all it needs. Base hits. Base hits win ball games. Micros, right? Micros, trading micros. MNQ. You guys been seeing it. I've been on Topstep TV during fast markets, during the VIP, like the chill room at noon. Me, Jay, Mandy, here during slow markets. I've traded it. You've seen everything, and it's just been it's a consistent grind. Like, and it's still not enough data for me to say, okay, it's good, right? Lady says, do I start every day red? With a challenge. Yeah, that's my challenge. I just start in the red. I just said, okay, I'm going to start negative 1,400. No, what happened is at the very beginning of this XFA, my very first trade in this XFA, I fat fingered in the NASDAQ. Instant minus 1,400. So first trade, brand new XFA, minus 1,400. So ever since then, I've grinded it back. So like $7,500 since then. But let's see. Is everyone every day starting in the red? Is that something? Okay, every day I'm starting in the red. No. There you go. There's one day I was in the green. Holy cow. Maybe every day I am. No, 2 days. 2 days. There's 2 days. 3 days. 4. I don't start every day in the red, okay? It's my handicap. I tell the team, just start me off at minus in the hole every day so I could get better. No, all this has been micros. See, micros. Scaling in, scaling out. Wednesday was FOMC. There's a lot of volatility that day. One of these days I had like a 100-point trade. But it doesn't take a lot to make good money in these markets. Trade some micros, get those base hits. See, yeah, don't follow my trades at all. It's for education. We're starting to see the buyers in here. There's the buyers stepping in here on gold. Oh, session highs. 28s. We're back up. Going through that. I was busy talking, not trading. I missed a good breakout right there. We got that higher low. We got that reversal, that support, and a nice little breakout of these 26s. That's okay. There's always more opportunities. We'll watch it. We'll see if there's more opportunities there. We know. If I see the same setup you do on fast markets, I'll try to get a better entry, but never the same. Hey, as long as you're following your process. I went in at the break. I made 500. Let's go. Great work. 3-bar reversal video. It'll be coming out this week. Dakota, you mentioned that you became profitable during slow markets. Have you always been trading the Asian session, or have you tried New York? I do trade the New York session. I first learned how to trade at this time. Shout out. Are you new here? Are you new to slow markets? Let me know in the chat. If you are brand new to slow markets, let me know. I always love to see it, but I've been trading for almost 15 years now. Almost 15 years. Time goes by. Time goes by fast. A little new. Yeah, time goes by fast, guys. Time goes by so freaking fast. Yeah, going to college, having a job. This was the only time I was available. This is the only time I was available. I couldn't trade the New York session because I woke up in the morning and first thing, just college, right? And then responsibilities and having a job. I had like 1, maybe 2 hours at night where I could watch the stock market or in the markets, and this was it. I did my study, I did my analysis before I went to bed. I'll put orders in and leave them overnight, which hopefully I'm going to be able to demonstrate. Again, what's my balance? I'll tell you what. If you want to know my XFA balance, you need to like the video. If you like the video, I'll show you my balance. I don't do it for free. Nick Richardson, do I recall when I was 5? Not really. I know where I was living. I have some, like, it's just, I think like anybody else, right? You have very spotty memories. You liked it. Okay, because you liked it, you can see my balance. Are you ready? You're really fast. There we go. There's my balance. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Hey, keep on coming with the likes. I'll show you more if you like it. The internet didn't exist when you went to college. I know it was. Hey, come on. I gotta get likes somehow. What would be my target here on gold? Well, if I happened to get in long, where I was wanting to get in long for a breakout, I'd be targeting these highs up here in the mid 30s. I'd be looking for gold to come back up and test Friday's high, or this high. I know Bob Fairchild, but they didn't know that. We gotta charge him a like for showing up late. This is another one where I call the setup and I missed it. That's okay. That's okay. Where do you get my music? This is non-copyright music. Non-copyright music. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ bounced right off those 20s. I'm just trading this one and done, right? I was gonna do 5, and I'm just like, nah. If I can't do 1, I can't do 5. So I'm proving myself with 1. Proving myself with 1. NASDAQ or gold's already breaking through into these 30s. The best? Well, you gotta keep liking the video and you'll find out. You gotta keep liking the video, you'll find out. Short gold, I agree. It's not looking too good for the shorts here. Or at least the last 10 minutes. Oh man. Don't make them curious. Hey. Okay, here's a good question. This is a good question. I get it, relatively often, but it's an important question. When should you take a payout? How often should you take a payout? And my answer is it depends. It depends on what your personal goals are. The best advice I have for a trader that doesn't know when or how big of a payout they should take is you take a payout. You want to pay yourself first, right? To be able to get that money, see it in your account, your bank account, and have it become real is a very nice thing, because that's what we're doing. We're traders, and we want to be able to use that money and pay off, who knows what your goals are, whether you're paying off debt, whether you're paying off paying for vacation, whatever. But my best advice, it's not financial advice, my best suggestion is that you want to take a payout to where it doesn't affect your trading. So we go to my statistics. I'm up $6,100. I've been trading good, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. When will I take losses, right? When am I going to go through drawdown? I'm going to go through a drawdown. It's inevitable. That's part of trading. I'm going to take some losses. I'm going to go through a tough streak, or maybe I have like 2 or 3 losing days in a row. Maybe I have a losing week. Like that happens. But you need to understand that if I'm going to take a payout, I need to make sure I can make it through that losing drawdown and have it not affect the way I trade. To me right now, the way I'm managing this account, this is not enough for me to take a payout. If I go through a losing streak, let's say I lose $3,000 this week, that's only going to leave me with a $3,000 buffer, right? I don't like that. It'd be not enough drawdown to go through that. I would rather wait till I get to like maybe $10,000. Me personally, right? Yeah, I might make $10,000. And then I'll take, I don't know, $2,500 out. Everyone's going to have their own personal goals and the way they view it. But pay yourself first is always nice. If you've never taken a payout, or if you've only taken a couple, if you make $6,000, maybe you can take $1,000 out. Take $1,000. Pay yourself. Go enjoy yourself. Reward. $1,000 right now, it's not going to affect me as much. But you don't want to just take out half. Like, oh man, I'm taking out half my balance. That's what kicked my butt in my live account. Somebody asked, where's my live account? Well, that's what kicked my butt in my live account. Was if I go to this, I don't know, where was it? Let's see if I have a time frame. Here, look. See? Back in, no, there's no date on here. But earlier this year, I took out $250,000. Right? And then after the profit split or whatever, and that didn't leave me with as much as I probably should have left in my live account. So I took out $250,000 this year in my live account. And then I had a rough 2-3 months, 3-4 months maybe. And then I was just like, okay, now there's not enough left in this account for me to have room. And so I'm continuing to struggle. I need to get back to a simulated account in the day trading aspect, get back to the grind and figure it out again. Yeah, I'm seeing this pullback on gold. Yeah, hopefully that helps. What are the benefits in live accounts? Well, there's actually a lot more benefits in live accounts here at Topstep than I've seen in any other place. You get a bonus, right? You get the... Watch. If you want to know anything, you go to Topstep's website, and I'm not going to rely on memory. Watch. We can do this together. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'm gonna go through all the ones. See, all I did is I come here to this. I just typed in bonus. Topstep has a live account bonus. Oh man, it's bright. Okay. Live account bonus. Say you make $15,000 in the live account. You'll get an extra $1,000 bonus. Topstep also pays for the data fees. So, you know, in your live account, Topstep will pay for a data fee. And it's such a beautiful thing. I'm sure there's some others that I am missing, but this is my favorite. Yeah, okay. Now of course, everyone wants to get that big dream of $1 million, but at Topstep, you get 90%. You get to keep 90% of your profits, and that just adds to it, right? That also increases it. The ultimate goal for us as traders is to be able to have that confidence to trade your own money. And a live account helps you do that, right? Simulated's one, right? You could pass an evaluation, you could pass a combine. That's a simulated account. Then you go into an XFA, which there's more pressure. There's more pressure in an XFA because you could, you know, take a payout in an XFA, but it's still simulated. And then you get a live account, which that is the ultimate goal. You have a live account. If you could find that consistency, you could find that success in a live account. That also gives you the confidence to say, I'm going to use these payouts, and maybe I put some towards a personal account where you get 100%, right? That's your money. It's your personal account. You don't have any rules. You don't have any parameters you have to follow. It's yours, right? You have that confidence. You take it to the very last stage. Man, I'm trading a live account. I'm using my payouts. I'm paying off debt. I'm living off of it, or I'm paying the bills. I'm paying for vacation. I also have my personal live account that I'm trading on the side because I gained the confidence because I learned it in a safer environment. And you have no boss. You don't have to wake up in the morning and have a boss. You don't have to deal with any of the prop firm drama that people get so caught up on. And you could trade from anywhere around the world. You could be in Bali. You could be in Spain. You could be wherever you want from around the world, as long as you have a solid internet connection. And that's freedom, right? That's the freedom that I've always found attractive to trading. And that also reminds me, I also would love to be able to, I need to do some more traveling. That's what I need to do. That's on my bucket list is Dakota, I need to travel more. Dakota, I need to travel more. Yeah, that's mine. Gold is going to drop, then rebound. Well, we've dropped. Are we going to rebound? I'm not seeing too much. Let's do a brief summary. Didn't really get too many great hashtag slow markets. RLTW strategies. They're always coming in clutch. Short gold. Consistency. Don't mind showing it. You show up. You post it. You deserve credit. In your XFA, look, man, grinding it out in the XFA, trading well, almost a full month's worth of statistics. You're up 16,000. Great work. You're eligible for a payout, that's for sure. Trading here during slow markets, you're already up almost $800. Great work. RLTW strategies. You are you're one that I think I see a slow market submission from you quite often, and I love to see it. Great work. See, there you go. There you go. There's always opportunities in these markets, morning, night, and day. But you don't have to take advantage. You don't have to trade all of them. Don't trade all of them. You shouldn't trade all of them. I gotta fix my. There you go. Let's close it up. Let's get ready. Let's do a brief final review before we end it here tonight. We'll take a look at gold. Gold hasn't really done anything. We had that breakout. I was looking for that breakout. We consolidated here after a nice bullish open to start the Sunday. We consolidated for a little bit, I am looking for gold to continue. Maybe we push these session highs, or the all-time highs, I mean. And yeah, can gold keep going is the question. We zoom out, and where are some levels to the upside? I don't know. It's basically throwing a dart at the wall. We have some big round numbers. We have 3,800. We also have 3,900. Maybe this is just a march here in gold to 4,000. Maybe 4,000 here in gold is a. Can we see it? Can we see it? Gold's bullish. By the dip, you can see we continue to hold these session, higher lows, higher lows, higher highs. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Kind of a brief summary review. Really didn't see much movement here tonight in the NASDAQ. We rejected. It looked for like a brief second that we could come up and test the all-time highs in the NASDAQ. Completely rejected them, and kind of range bound. Not really picking a direction, plus or minus 0.1%. We opened up here about these 850s consolidating. Tomorrow we might see some volatility. We have a lot of Fed speakers tomorrow. I'm not sure how big of an effect that all these speakers are going to be. I mean, look at them. They're just stacked, right? Speakers after speaker after speaker throughout the morning. And then maybe after they're done, we start to see the market. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It will be interesting. I will be on tomorrow morning. Me and Jaron, Jack, Hoag, tomorrow morning. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. And you know what else is tomorrow? Jay, me and Jay tomorrow night. So I will be on tomorrow morning. If you guys ask, Coach Dakota, do you trade the fast markets or the New York session? Well, tune in tomorrow morning for the day show, and you'll be able to see me kind of analyze these markets again after tonight. So it's like, okay, what happened? How was I analyzing these markets tonight? And then how has that changed in the morning? And maybe be able to play some trades to continue this green streak. Yeah, Monday, Coach Jay is going to be joining me. And everyone, I have a surprise. Tuesday night. Tuesday night, slow markets will be the surprise. Yeah. If you missed it, you don't want to miss that one. It's a surprise. I'll leave it at that. When I'm not on TopstepTV, like I said, there's my Instagram, the gram, pinned to the top of the chat, and I posted my Twitter. That's where I'll keep those updates. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow.